And speaking of the opening of the Beltway, it may be good news for relieving traffic in Lincoln, but first responders in rural areas say it could be challenging for them to handle the influx of vehicles.
Channel 8's Matthew Mittleiter has more on how Hickman and Bennett fire departments plan to adapt.
At its opening on Wednesday morning, Nebraska officials said as much as 75% of truck traffic could be moved out of Lincoln streets and onto the South Beltway in the near future. However, the fire departments of Hickman and Bennett say that they will now be facing the challenge of handling more traffic and therefore more accidents in their jurisdiction.
We have a section of Highway 77 that's been in our district forever, but this is going to bring a whole another volume of traffic that we really haven't experienced before.
Chief Robertson says that with an increase in calls to the Hickman department, it will put more of a strain onto their volunteers, especially during times when there's dangerous weather affecting the roads.
Like any volunteer organization, we're always running right at the edge of not having enough folks, and so this is just going to kind of add to that demand.
To adapt to that demand, the department is recruiting more firefighters and EMTs and training its current workers. Robertson says they've also started a program called Out-of-District Membership, which allows people living outside Hickman to volunteer at their department. He says people who work remotely or have flexible schedules can volunteer to spend their time at the station and help out with calls. Tim-Norris, the fire chief at Bennet-Fire-and-Rescue, says that the new roads will change how people get to their destinations, and it will take some time for drivers to adapt.
Well, we've got some pretty good curves in our area, so that 120th Street area, we get a lot of snow and ice in that zone, so with the curve, there could be some additional accidents that we have.
Norris says they're going to be doing some further training to figure out how to best respond to emergencies on the new road, especially when it comes to extra traffic heading towards Bennett.
And not all the exits are open yet, so I think, that area right there could be a little interesting for trucks and everybody else that are used to the old way now having to change to a new way.
He says the department is prepared to handle the extra traffic, but it will require them to extend the processes that they already used on Highway 2. Despite this, Norris says that they could always use more volunteers, not just in Bennett, but throughout Lancaster County. Reporting in Lincoln, Matthew Mittleiter, Channel 8 News.
And to see more information on how to volunteer at either the Hickman or Bennett fire departments, click on this story on KLKNTV.com.